Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here on the Balanced, Beautiful, and Abundant show with Tammy Peterson, the owner of Evolve Retreats. And Tammy and I are collaborating for the second time. We're so excited to tell you about our retreat coming up, Manifest Your Dream Life. And Tammy, it's great to see you. How is your summer starting out?
Wonderful, wonderful. We just actually wrapped up a retreat today at Montevaya, where you're having your retreat. So that's exciting.
Ooh, were you there?
No. We had a group of about 7 women. It was a sober retreat, and they're just finishing up right now.
Oh my God, did you hear good things about it?
Yeah, very good things. They're loving it.
I cannot wait to go to this resort, Montevaya. It's in Valley de Guadalupe, right? And
Correct,
that is
correct.
Mexican wine country, an hour and a half south of San Diego.
Yes, yeah.
So
So it's nice. So if anyone's local to California or close by, it's just a drive. We all meet at the San Diego airport, and everybody gets transported together. So it's really an easy, smooth transition, especially for people that don't necessarily want to fly, or yes, you're leaving the country, but you're leaving the country by car, not by by plane. So it's really a nice place. It's beautiful.
So great. Yeah, because all you have to do is get to Southern California. And a
Mhm.
lot of my friends and clients are already in LA or Orange County. So it's really just a hop, skip, and a jump. Go to San Diego and we will pick you up. So we're all going to drive down together from the San Diego airport.
Yeah, and
And
the owners of the resort, they own a medical facility in Tijuana. So they cross the border with a medical pass. So it's safe, it's easy, and it's very quick.
that is
So-
important
oh yeah,
because crossing the border in these times can be a little crazy. So we'll be crossing the border with a medical pass.
correct.
And will it be just as easy to get back into the country as it is to get out of it?
Yeah, the girls actually just texted me and said it took them minutes because they just scooted to the front of the line. So yeah, so they were very happy, and I was like, yeah, that's how it works all the time. So
Oh,
it's very seamless. So yeah, that part of it's nice, and people don't have to go as far for this retreat, which is exciting. So I think it's a nice option for those who may want to go on a retreat this fall, but may not want to get on an airplane, so to speak.
yes, because we're in such crazy times. And I know my first retreat before I met you, Tammy, was in Medellin during the pandemic. And not a lot of people, especially from LA, wanted to get a 10-hour flight and travel during that crazy time. And then my other second retreat that I did with you was Playa del Carmen, which is the east coast of Mexico, which is
Yeah.
a good 5-hour flight from LA. So this one is like, it's so close to Southern California, and I cannot wait for this retreat. And it sounds just magical. You get your own private villa. And what is the combination like when you have your own private villa? It's like your own little casita, right?
Yeah, it's like
What
your own little casita. Absolutely. The grounds have, I think, between 20 and 30 now. They keep building and adding on, but it's very small and quaint. You can see the whole property from where you are. The restaurant sits up on a beautiful hilltop. It's all glass and amazing. There's an incredible spa there. We do some IV infusion treatments, some real healing at the resort. Again, like I mentioned, the people that own it are physicians. So it's meant to be a healing resort. So we have those IV infusion
So
treatments.
when you go there, do you just kind of do your own due diligence and figure out which IVs you want, or do they give you a consult and they recommend which IVs they think you should have based on your health goals?
I think that they're pretty easy health goals. One is a detox, one's for inflammation, one is just a vitamin boost. So it really depends. Like we give you the option of choosing whatever you want prior to, and we make all those arrangements and set up your spa treatments for you before you go.
Oh my God. Have you done vitamin drip therapy?
Oh
I've
yeah.
never done it.
Oh yeah. Makes you feel amazing.
I mean, between being in lavender fields,
Yeah.
yoga, vitamin drip therapy, spa massage, farm to table organic food, having
Mhm.
your own private villa. I mean, this retreat is just going to be the ultimate reset, rejuvenation, like active self love. And I really love that it's right at the beginning of the fourth quarter, right before
Yes.
everything gets crazy with the holiday season. It's like what I like to say, self-care is like filling up your cup first so then you can pour into everybody. But if you're feeling burned out and you're feeling depleted and exhausted, you can't give anything to anybody because you can barely even show up for yourself. You're just like, phoning it in. This retreat is so perfect because it's right at the beginning of October. You fill yourself up with this self-care, vitamin drip, spa, the friendships that are going to happen at the retreat. I mean, you can meet your best lifelong friend there. And then you go back into the fourth quarter and you're ready to slay your business goals, and your romantic life is going to be rejuvenated because you're going to be feeling so like sexy and sensual and in your feminine energy. And then you're going to be able to show up for your family for the holiday season because you're just going to be so like just taken care of and nourished. This is going to be such a nourishing retreat and such an act of love. And I know a lot of women don't feel comfortable taking time and money for themselves. Even if they have the time and money, whether they do or don't, it's not necessarily the money. It's just like, oh, well, I shouldn't have invested in my own, self-care, my own wellness. I should invest that back in something more practical. What would you say to someone who thought that way, Tammy?
Oh, it is the most practical. Especially this time of year for us, for women, and if you have small children or even grown children that are in college and you sort of are getting them off to school, now it's kind of the time for you to really take advantage of a little bit of downtime for yourself and like getting your goals in order for the first of the year, like we talked about, getting yourself rejuvenated for holiday because it's so much, and there's so much that comes up even with business. And also, Rebecca, I just wanted to mention the Mindset Coach of the Decade. Amazing for you. Like, you're so great at helping us and teaching us to get those goals in order and make sure that our business is in alignment going into the next year, 2026 already, my goodness. But I think it's such a good time for everyone to really just regroup and reboot and just sit down and, think about this past year and what's happening as you go into the next. So that timing, I think, is just wonderful for all of us. And it's such a beautiful atmosphere, this resort. I've been, everything about it is just wonderful and healing, and getting that break for yourself, especially at this time of the year, I think is so important.
It's so important. And thank you for acknowledging I got the award. I cannot believe I just got Mindset Coach of the Decade by International Association of Top Professionals. And what I teach is my signature 7 pillars of abundance. So I help women achieve success through aligning their life in 7 key areas rather than the hustle and the grind. So we are going to talk about the 7 pillars of abundance, and we are going to create a vision board where you can actually visualize and set very intentional goals in all 7 areas of life. And I know you've done vision boards before, if you're listening to this, or maybe you haven't, but until you've done it through the lens of the 7 pillars of abundance, you really have not done a vision board in this way. And it really manifests quickly. I mean, I'm so excited for the women that are going to get to come on this retreat. It's going to be such an incredible journey for all of them. And just seeing, the women on how they arrive on the first day, and we do an intention setting ceremony, and then seeing how they leave. It is like it's like 10 to 20 years of therapy. They just take so much ground as far as their self-love and their personal growth. Why do you think it works so well, Tammy? Like when women just like come together and set aside this intentional time for healing and personal growth, why do you think so much magic happens at retreats?
A couple of reasons. First of all, very few distractions for us. We're not having to do anything or tend to any children or anything like that. But I think the most interesting thing for me that I love about retreats so much is that people kind of come into them without any expectations. And also, I think in the back of your mind, you're thinking, I'm never going to see these people again, so I can say anything I want. So you don't have to have this persona or this image of yourself, like I'm so perfect and I have it all together. Like, you come in as you really, really are. And typically you don't show up that way, sometimes even for your very best friends. So the authenticity for me, and watching people change I think is everything. And then because you're so authentic, you do end up forming these long lasting, beautiful relationships during retreats. I've watched people travel together 4 times a year because they've all become such best friends, people that are still friends today. In the 10 years I've been doing this, it's really been miraculous to see. So yeah, authenticity is my number one answer for sure.
I love that. Yes, just show up to the retreat, come as you are. You don't need to bring hair and makeup if you don't want to. Like, you don't need to bring like all your beauty products. Just show up and just be in the moment and just let the retreat take you. I know Tammy and I have put a lot of thought and energy into this itinerary, and it's just got to be a great combination of exercises, group activities. You'll have your own personal space to kind of heal and rest and process everything. And I think I really learned that on the last retreat, Tammy, that also having downtime is just as important sometimes as having activities, so people can integrate and process all the great work that they're doing.
Absolutely. I mean, I think when people are doing this kind of work, they're tired, and having the downtime. Yes. I don't like to run my retreats where we're doing a million things. It's not about sightseeing or traveling in that respect. It's really just about learning and understanding the key benefits of these retreats and what you're doing and taking the time to process the results.
Yeah. Well, I'm so looking forward to this retreat. I'm like counting the days. This is going to be one of the highlights of my 2025. And thank you so much for everything you do with Evolve Retreat, setting it all up with the hotel, finding the perfect luxury hotels. I mean, Tammy does not find anything that's like commercial that you would ever be able to find on a Travelocity or Expedia. These places, you have to be like in the know, in the luxury wellness business. And Tammy has these beautiful relationships with these very exclusive luxury wellness spas and resorts where she has cultivated these. And these are very curated retreats. I mean, everything is thought out from the second you arrive, from when you leave, the food, the choices that we have as far as what activities we do. I mean, this is all planned and we are so excited. So if you feel any curiosity, if you feel your heart fluttering, or if you feel butterflies in your stomach, if you're feeling anything, just write retreat in the comments and we will get on a quick call with you, answer your questions, and just get your questions answered. Maybe you have never been on a luxury wellness retreat and you want to know what they're like. Maybe you just don't want to, do this alone. We can definitely find a roommate for you. Like, just any questions at all. If you have any curiosity, just type retreat in the comments below and Tammy and I will help you get your questions answered. And maybe if you're lucky enough, we'll see you at this retreat in Monte Valle, Mexico.
Yes, and you can sign up on evolveretreats.co. It's our new website that just launched last week. So Rebecca's retreat is there. And any questions, just let us know.
evolveretreats.co, and I will drop in the comments the link to this retreat so you can see all the exciting, yummy activities, from yoga to hiking to the mindset work I'll be teaching. It's going to be not life-changing, just game-changing. Like, you'll have a whole perspective shift in how you see life after this retreat. So thanks for putting this together with me, Tammy. Thanks everyone for listening. And I can't wait to see some of you in Monte Valle, Mexico. Bye, everyone.
Awesome. Thanks, Rebecca.
Thank you.